Welcome back to ShopDog-Garage. Winter is coming very quickly. We're pretty much done with viable harvest. We've had a few very chilly nights and we're going to have snow this weekend, but it shouldn't stick around. I've actually got a little bit of time. I'm going to come out to the shop and see what else we can get done on the 55 today. I will give you some updates on what we know from Monday's video. The steering wheel, I'd like to try a couple different 69 wheels and see what dish and size makes sense, because unfortunately I don't think I can justify dumping more hours into this wheel. I've got a ridiculous amount of time into it for no real reward. We have decided that pulling the glass and yanking the window regulators and just changing all of these is something we're going to do over at Harlan's this winter. It's totally within our wheelhouse on an evening like that. But right now, my big hurry is getting this thing to the point where I feel comfortable with moving it. And right now, we're not quite there. Let's see. What else can we really get done? I do know I would like to get some fluids moving today. I think that's really high on my list. Alright, step the first. I filled the power steering reservoir. Obviously, it's not going to be anywhere close to enough. It's got to fill all these lines, fill the gear, fill the Hydro Boost. But you can only fill it so far. It's full to right about here. So once we can crank it, that should go, and it'll take more. I've just started putting coolant in, and I whacked my head. And one thing that's really nice to hear, here, let me show you something. Remember, this is a closed system. Let me cover that up. See those burps? That's great. That means we're displacing air and it's not just running straight out on the floor anywhere. So we're gonna just slowly get her filled. And knowing I have air bubbles still in the system, this holds a ridiculous amount of coolant. So I'm certain there's still going to be air pockets and that this is going to go down. Plus, you know, we still got to fill the overflow. But you can see we're starting to get something going here. So we do have some power steering fluid. We've got some oil. We've got tranny fluid. I need to verify that the rear has fluid. I'm sure it does, but I need to verify that. It's been a while. Brake fluid I know exists because we have brakes. So, yeah, we might be getting pretty close here. And with that, I think it's time to see if it actually keys over or not. You know, we don't have fuel. I don't have the fuse in the EFI. I just need to verify that it actually cranks, because I don't remember actually verifying that. Let's get our magic stick of wood out of there. Set that up. Okay, we are in neutral. Okay, we have all of our gauges. Okay, the radio just kicked on. Well, do we click? We do. Okay, first things first. Now that I've done that, let's just go see if there's any leaks. I don't think that is enough to really move enough power steering fluid, so we'll check that soon. Let me grab a light. It was dry under here, and it's still dry under there. Boy, there's a mess. I'm gonna have to clean that up later. Wiring always does that. Okay, the water pump moved, so, and it didn't move very much though. All right. Everything looks dry. Because coolant leaks on new builds like this, not uncommon. So it's one of the things I'm very worried about. Okay, let's give her a few seconds. Sounds pretty good. Okay, that sounds pretty decent, actually. So, now, okay, I'm going to go through, do another leak check, and I got an odd suspicion I'm going to have to add a little power steering fluid. I'll be right back. And knowing that you can't pick something up and look without finding something else you forgot to do, these power steering lines, we're going to just sit and rub right here on the frame. So we've added a cushion clamp to locate them. So now, you'll see they don't rub on anything. And they're nicely protected. Hadn't really noted that before. Didn't have anything marking it, so I'm glad I noticed it. Okay, we've got the battery hooked back up. I did take a couple minutes to go through and set up, because I like when that lights up as soon as you turn it on. And I did set up the fuel sender. I have not set up the speed, obviously, because we can't do that. And I haven't set up the odometer yet, because I don't know if that's a thing he wants to do. Sometimes, some cars it's worth doing. Some cars, you just zero them out, whatever. It doesn't matter sometimes. But, yeah, so there's that nice blue. I mean, very, very, very similar to the black Camaro over there. So we got that, and then every now and then, just a little more cranking and a little more cranking, and see, we're finally starting to build a little oil pressure. But it's just a little and a little. I don't want to overheat anything. I don't want any issues. The other thing is, and I've been doing this for about 10 minutes. It takes a little while to build up that pressure because this motor's been sitting for so long. But then you come and you just kind of keep checking, making sure that things are filling. So the closer to full things are before we can start it, the better. So one of the things we wanted to know is, just some of the different steering wheels, what's that look like? How's that feel? This is just the one out of the rocket ship. It's your standard Grant 15-inch. It's not much of a dish on this one, but it's a very large hub. So that compensates for some of that. And I gotta say, with the seating set at a height that's comfortable for me, as far as running throttle, running brake, running clutch, shifting, and actually being able to reach knobs and everything, this is about ideal for me. Hopefully in the next day or two I can get Harlan over here to sit in the seat with it back. And I don't actually, it turns out, have many 69 and later style steering wheels available. This one will tell us about a whole different set of dish though. So I'd like to get a feel. Maybe he's even got a couple lying around. I think there might be one in the 57 that I think that's off of 68, but it doesn't matter as far as just measuring for the offset. So really like if we've got to change the steering wheel anyway, let's put it in a good spot. But I gotta say, I really like that. Of course I do. It's from my car and I picked it on purpose. And conveniently, it keeps not leaking, and that makes me happy. So far, no leaks yet. I haven't seen any issues. I'm not expecting that we have much fluid being pumped up on the power steering yet. That's okay. Every little bit. So I think this week I'm going to see if Harlan's got some fuel. And of course, one of the things I definitely wanted to do was I want these tires way off the deck. So when we do get her started, one, I want to make sure the transmission works and everything, but two, really want to make sure everything's kosher before something catches and we find out, throw out bearing's bad or something, and this thing launches through the wall. And I don't know where the time goes. I have the battery pulled and on a little charger. I do got to say that I think something like this looks really nice. But no, I may be biased. He maybe even go with a slightly deeper dish and a smaller hub, but I think a 15 is a decent fit in here, especially for some of us fat guys. So yeah, that looks really, really good. Like I said, I don't know where the time goes. It sure goes quick. So anyway, please like, comment, subscribe. Thanks for watching, and we'll keep trying to get this 55 out of here before there's too much snow.